Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Halvanis here, and we're going to be doing a Let's Play of Diablo 3. Now, I've already played the game up until level 43 at this moment, and I've made a completely new character, and I'm going to be playing it from scratch. This character is a monk, female. At the end of this video, I think she becomes at least level 7. And we're going to go as far as we can with each episode, and we'll just go on it from there. I did put in the cutscenes, and I did put in all of the most of the transaction between you and the various quest hubs. Now, you're obviously not going to be able to see it to read it, but I thought that it'd be nice for you to have that there. I'm not going to be reading it to you either, because that would just be very, very pointless and very, very time-consuming. But instead, I will, later on, I can tell you the story as it goes, basically. So right now, we're just going to start off by fighting a bunch of things, and I'm going to sometimes cut ahead too, so if there's going to be a long period of walking or just pointless fights, they will be rocketed to the actual beginning of the quests and whatnot, and what's relevant to the content. So here we are. We've just completed the first quest that you basically get, and that is to help stave off the undead invasion that is attacking New Tristram. And you're inquiring about the fallen star that is apparently fallen into the old cathedral of Tristram. And the only survivor, apart from Deckard Cain, who is at the moment lost, is Leah, and she's basically Deckard Cain's adopted daughter. We'll get into that a lot more later on in this video, actually. Deckard Cain at the moment is currently MIA because after the impact, he was separated from Leah, and he's now trapped within the bottom of the cathedral. We have to go, our charge is to go and find him after we're done this. Now, we head out to the first gate again, and they're all like, okay, well, there's more undead attacking, so we're gonna help stave them off. And then as we stave them off, after everything's said and done, he says, well, we could really cut them off at the pass for here if we got rid of the wretched mothers. So you, as the hero, are like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and eliminate the wretched mothers and try to stop the reproduction of these new undead. And the wretched mothers are up here, I believe. The monk is an exquisite class. It's my first time playing the monk, so I'm really surprised at the survivability of the monk, and it seems like they gain their health back tremendously quick, even when they don't have the pots around to pick up. So that seems a decent... the monk was probably the best thing to level if you want to go to hardcore mode, because the survivability rate of the monk is just astonishing. And I do get sidetracked here because there is this, just this perfect looking, area, and I'm like, musty cellar, must come down here, and then I realize there's a whole lot of nothing down here, 3-4 enemies, and then I'm like, oh, well, the amount of XP this gave me was not worth the time I took to go down here, but I did get some gold, so why not? And, oh, we're digging level 3. That's awesome, amazing. I am elite. No, I'm not. So, now we're at the old ruins, and then here is the giant, the original mother, who we're going to just whoop the ass of. And you can see there that the strikes from the monk are very effective when it comes to the undead. Now we're back to the captain here, and we're like, okay, so I've gone and slain the wretched mothers and stuff, and he says, well, Leah keeps going on about her grandfather, or her uncle rather. Sorry, grandfather. Deckard's old. What can I say? Anyway, her uncle, Uncle Deckard, and she's all like, "Oh my God, Uncle Deckard, I wish I could find you." And you, as the hero, are like, "Don't worry, Leah. We will go in search of your uncle." Why do I keep saying grandfather? And we get down into the basement here of Adria's old hut, and Adria is the mother of Leah. Now, if you're wondering where Adria is, basically at the moment she is classified as being dead, but we shall see where that goes. Not going to give any spoilers at least, so that's the thing. So we're talking to Leah now, and then Leah's like, "Oh well, I wanna find out so much more about my mother, but we're gonna have to wait until Uncle Deckard's found." And you, as the hero, are just like, "Yeah, you know what? You stay here, Leah, and I'll go find your uncle for you." So coming back out of Audrey's hunt, we find that we are being overrun with a lot more undead. And you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, if the wretched mothers spew out these things, how come they come up from the ground? Well, when the fallen star hit the cathedral, due to who the fallen star is, I can explain that later. I don't want to really mess up the story bit right now because I do want to tell the story from the beginning to the end, and then we'll go on to the next modes where I'll basically focus on the gameplay, not any of the lore. So the first couple episodes are going to be all about lore. And we finally reached the checkpoint, and I'm going to warn you here, I'm probably going to die because I was trying to go get the Head Splitter's achievement, but I realized that I can't really do that with the monk because the monk's attacks are like all AoE kind of based. So we'll forget that for now. And the Skeleton King's basically all like, "You've disturbed my rest. I will not let you pass." So you're all like, "Okay, well, I'm just going to go down here and WTF pwn everything." But of course I do get overwhelmed when it comes to the Head Splitter because I let myself die. So anyway, I think we're coming back down to it again. And we're going to want to try to kill him. There's Deckard again. The Skeleton King's just again like, "Oh, WTF, what the hell?" So, yeah. Not too much going on there. Oh. Oh, what happened? Huh. So, I'm guessing through my ingenious way of editing, I managed to blank out the last of that quest. So, my apologies there. To sum it up while we have the time, basically, you beat Head Splitter, you save Deckard, and Deckard's kind of, it's kind of like, okay, well, we gotta find out why the Skeleton King and everything was all brought up. So, we're going to investigate the Fallen Star. He wants us to now go in ahead and see if we can find the crown for, the Skeleton King, so we can go banish the Skeleton King finally. We're at the checkpoint here, and we meet up with Deckard. Here is Deckard. Wait a minute. So, for some reason, I went ahead and messed everything up. Huh. Anyway, that's how it goes. Long story short, don't even ask me because it was in perfect order when I left it, and it must have rearranged itself into a different order. So now, Leah has her uncle back, and Deckard's just all like, "Oh, we must go and see what else we can find." So, we're going to go out and find what everything happening is about, and we're basically going to go confront the Skeleton King. But before we can go to confront the Skeleton King, we're going to need his crown. His crown will weaken him and awaken his dead body so we can actually put an end to him. So we're going to have to go to the Eldrick. The Eldrick is our blacksmith, and without him, we would not have the amazing armor that we get to have later on in life. We have to go down to the cellar here and basically murder his wife. Why? Because she was bitten by the undead. And everyone who has been bitten the undead has been sent down to the cellar, and it's up to the Eldrick to basically cleanse them from the earth. It's time that we deal with the menace, and we have to actually put them down like the dogs that they are. Now, his wife, a lot more is said about his wife later on. If you talk to the blacksmith a lot, he basically tells you a story about how his grandfather was a chancellor, and how his father was murdered, and how he comes across his wife at the time, or that was just murdered, and how he comes across her and is basically, he finds himself enthralled with her. He's like, she's really beautiful. Like, she's like a beautiful thing. And they got chased out of the town that he met her in because they thought she was a witch. Now, think what you want, but he didn't know why his attraction to her was so great. I'm assuming there was some witchcraft going on there, but that's just me. I think we should have burned her. No, I don't think that. I don't think we should have burned her, because then we wouldn't get to kill her in the story, and then that would be experience that we do not get. And that is an achievement that I thought I had before, but I apparently didn't. So I got them. Now our task is to go again into these crypts and find out where the hell this crown may be hiding. So the funny thing about these passages is, regardless of what you do, you can find the correct passage randomly. There are 3 passageways. There's one down here, one over there, and then the other one is up above the one that I first pointed to, so which is the one that was first onto the screen. That is a pretty decent thing that they did there. It's kind of randomized, which is really good. And I'm not going to be, like I said before, I'm not really going to be saying too much about the gameplay right now. It's going to be more about story and what's happening with the story. That's why that when I had the screw up there with the video, I didn't know what was happening, so I got confused. So I apologize for being like that. And I'm gonna probably die here, I think. Yeah, alright, I died there. I died there because I was way too overconfident with the amount of mobs I had, and I wasn't using my stuns correctly. So now I've got handled that completely, and the undead are not overwhelming me as bad. Stuns are going off perfect, and we're halfway through into level 7. And I'm using, at the moment in here, a staff, but I think I do at the end switch to 2 one-handers that I craft. And I've heard that one-handers are really good for the monk. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments below. But it seems like the monk has like the highest survivability, and again, that's why I say most likely if you want to play something on hardcore mode, you're gonna want to play the monk, because the monk is just really good at stunning. It's like he has all these stuns at their disposal, their disposal, and it's just really good. And there we go. Mind you, that was a quest that, one of the side quests you can do. I entered the wrong passage, so there we are. This one's actually the right one, I think. The one before was a side quest to deal with one of the king's daughters, I think, or maybe it was perhaps some other thing. I'm really not sure who I helped there, but it was the spirit of some girl, and they were very thankful and whatnot. And I'm pulling a lot of enemies here, and I do not know why I'm doing it. I guess through the way that things were happening in my mind, I was able to take them, but I wasn't getting the health drops and whatnot, so I had to do it again. And there's a rare monster in this mix too, which makes it 10 times as horrible for me, because I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna die. And then I sort of pulled it back around again, and I died. So now I come back down through here again, trying to finish off what I've started, and I will finish it off what I started. So before you guys start complaining about, oh, why are you showing us deaths and why are you rambling, I want to make it perfectly clear. The first act for me has always been the story. I focus on the story. After that, when I get to nightmare difficulty with this person, I will be focusing more on gameplay. I wanted to get this a really good introductory um, really good introductory level video. This is why I can ramble in it. This is why it's really long. If when I do the actual let's play of it, I'm gonna probably be putting it at least 10 to 15 minute videos each. Maybe a special every now and again where I go over the 15 minutes. But it's not something I want to do for, like, I don't want to waste 19 minutes of somebody's time with my pointless banter and gameplay videos. Maybe people want that, but that's not how it's going to work. And can I just say that casters, when you're not a ranged class, are very, very bitchy. I do not like them one bit. And we're picking up here to the final part, and I think this is where the crown is. I'm picking up this crown. I now have the crown, and I'm fighting the Chancellor, which is actually Leodric's grandfather, but in spirit form. And we have that done. Pick up my fat loot, and I'll be town portaling out of here, which is a very, very good ability to have. Town portal saves you so much time from running back and forth. And we're town portaling, and we're going to go reforge his crown. And that's what Leodric's about to do. And then he goes, well, it's nice to work again. How about I work for you? So now he becomes our personal blacksmith and whatnot. Since I already have him on my other character, he's already, like, at the level that character has him at. But, you know, that's good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. There's going to be more Let's Plays coming soon of Diablo 3, more organized, and just better content coming out. And I have noticed that there's been a problem with subscribes lately, so we'll find that out. Thank you guys for watching. See you next.